The Sudanese crisis that began in April 2023 has become one of the deadliest and most overlooked conflicts in the world. What began as a political dispute inside the country quickly turned into a humanitarian disaster and a web of foreign interests, especially from the United Arab Emirates. The roots of the conflict. On April 15, 2023, fighting erupted in Sudan's capital, Khartoum, between two powerful military leaders. General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, who leads the Sudanese Armed Forces, SAF. General Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo, known as Hemedti, who commands the Rapid Support Forces, RSF. After the 2019 revolution that ended the rule of dictator Omar al-Bashir, both men promised democracy. But when it came time to merge the RSF into the army, a power struggle erupted. Hemedti refused to lose control of his forces and the wealth that came with them, and a war began. The results have been devastating. Over 10 million people have fled their homes, 150,000 plus casualties in 2 years. Whole neighborhoods in Khartoum are destroyed. In the Darfur and El Fasher region, ethnic killings and assaults and sexual violence against women and children have returned, echoing the genocide that took place 2 decades ago. Hospitals are bombed, food is scarce, and prices continue to rise. The United Arab Emirates, UAE, has emerged as a major foreign actor in this crisis. Reports from the UN, Reuters, and France 24 link the UAE to the RSF through weapons, money, and gold trading networks. Why would the UAE be involved? Gold profits. Sudan's mines produce huge amounts of gold, much of which is exported to Dubai, sometimes illegally. This trade helps fund the RSF. Strategic power. The UAE wants greater control over African trade routes and the Red Sea region. Political preference. The UAE often supports strong military leaders over unpredictable democratic transitions, which it views as risky to regional stability. While the UAE denies arming the RSF, the Sudanese government has filed a case against it at the International Court of Justice for allegedly aiding war crimes. The UAE isn't acting alone. Chad and Libya's eastern forces have reportedly allowed supplies to pass through their territories. Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and the United States are pushing for peace talks, though each has its own political and economic interests. The UAE's biggest supporters are Israel, Russia, China, the USA, and Australia. Israel, through the Abraham Accords, a U.S. brokered agreement that depends on ties to trade, defense, and tourism. Russia and China, through trade, the U.S. is actually a strategic ally and key partner in defense and counterterrorism efforts. And Australia is one of the largest trade and investment partners. I wonder what they are trading. Sudan's top exports are to the UAE, Italy, Egypt, and Turkey. As of August 2025, over 70% of the exports are smuggled. According to a 2020 report by Global Financial Integrity, GFI, covering the period 2012-2018, roughly 200 tons of gold went unrecorded, equivalent to 97% of declared gold export volume. Sudan has effectively become a battlefield for competing regional powers, each chasing influence and resources. For everyday Sudanese people, the war means hunger, loss, and displacement. Families are split across borders in refugee camps in Chad, Egypt, and South Sudan. Yet despite unimaginable hardship, Sudanese citizens continue to resist, document the violence, and support one another. Now that you understand what's at stake, I want to welcome you with an open heart to today's episode of The Healing Table. What we're about to share today comes from a place of deep vulnerability, because this isn't just another news story for us. It's woven into the fabric of who we are. I'm honored to sit down with my mom, a courageous Sudanese woman who made the heartbreaking decision to flee our homeland during a previous war, holding my brother and me close as she carried us toward the hope of safety. For so many of us, the ache of loss and the weight of displacement didn't begin in 2023. While this war may have erupted again last year, its painful roots reach back through generations, winding through decades of conflict, power struggles, and outside forces that have left lasting scars on our communities and continue to shape the lives we live today. So today, we humbly ask you to listen as we, the Sudanese people, share our truth, a perspective born not from distant reports, but from the memories we carry and the losses we've endured. Because behind every number you see is a home filled with love that was torn apart, a child whose innocence was shattered by the sound of bombs, and a family that holds on to hope. still daring to dream of the peace we so desperately deserve? Let's begin.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Healing Table. This is Grace.
This is Julia, and welcome back with the new episode of Healing Table. Thank you guys so much.
Today we're going to be talking about something a lot more serious, something that is going on currently. We're going to talk about what my mom has seen in her lifetime, and I know that I am a product of, I know that I was brought here to America by my parents because there was a civil war going on around the time that I was born. I really wanted to shed light really on her and her experiences so she can give you guys more of a different insight view about what's really going on in Sudan. Can you tell us about the civil war that you have lived through?
Well, I'm sorry guys. The civil war that I've been going through, like I said, I grew up in Khartoum. The war that in Khartoum, just like in America here, they take the war to South. They don't fight in Khartoum like the way people run from South to North because of that war, the same war. But this war right now is different. And I don't see a lot of people talking about the war in Sudan in general. I don't care if you're from South or North or East or West. Every Sudanese people, they're going through horror and pain, especially the mother and children. That's the people that I am worried about them the most, because when the war is in, you have to carry your child. If you have 5, you have to make sure how to snuggle those children to the safety. That's the truth. And my God killed in the process. My mom went through that. My husband went through that. Basically, he almost got killed 3 times. My kid grandfather went through that, and until he passed, he's still working with the government. He's an amazing man, and I still have a lot of family who work for the government of South Sudan right now. But the thing that is going in Khartoum is surprising me, because I grew up in Khartoum. I never see they kill civilian before in Khartoum. They take the war military to military somewhere, in Fashir and somewhere. So I never see a war in front of me in Khartoum. It never happened like that. The one in South Sudan, that's the one is messy until today. A lot of people dying. A lot of people, they don't have no care. A lot of people, they don't have no food to eat. A lot of people, they did not even have a hospital to go into. Women in labor, they die because they're going to have a kid. Who is a victim in all over the world? It doesn't matter if you're in the United States or you're in Africa or whatever, is the mom. Our heart the one getting breaking every day, because that's our children that they're taking them there to kill, to fight. Our heart is broken. Our heart is heavy. What is happening now in Khartoum is a genocide. It's not a war anymore. I don't even know what we're going to do from here, because our children are dying, the woman is dying, our husband they're dying, and after all that, even if you leave and you come back from the war, you're never going to be the same anymore. Your life is going to be changed forever. You might not going to be able to take care of your family anymore because you went through war. War is like a life-changing, it's like a horror, and the one in South Sudan is worse. Yeah. You can see the children got slaughtered. Okay, you guys fighting military with military. Why the children? Why the parents? Why the mom? Okay, if you guys fighting men and men, okay. Why you killing the children and the parents? They don't do nothing. They don't have nothing to do with the government. They don't have nothing to do with anything. They don't go and beg for you guys for food or for anything. They just want to live. They want to be alive. They want to keep the children alive. So what I'm going to say here, every Sudanese, and you're not in Sudan to witness what is happening right now. That pain, that there is a children, they have to grab their mom every day and night, because if there is a bomb or something, the mama is going to cover them up, for sure. They're going to cover them up so that she can die and the kid can live. That's the way it is. So if you in America, in Australia, Canada, whatever you are, don't forget your country. Don't forget those innocent children over there. Don't forget them because they're hurting. They don't have no food to eat. They're walking bare feet. They don't have no peace
And
to sleep.
at that, 3 out of 4 Sudanese children are not even getting an education at the moment.
There is no education because they're running.
Exactly. And just think about how she said it's been generations. My
Yeah.
grandfather, my dad, me.
Yeah, all
It's
my kids.
been going on for so long.
So let me tell you about the war in Sudan before it split to South and North. It's like a religion kind of thing, Muslim and Christian. So they push all the Christian in the South, and the Muslim basically occupied the North. But if we come to the history of Sudan, Sudan is Sud. Sud is black. So black people exist in there. Just like here, the Indian here before there was white colonizer come from whatever, from different country, and they take it and they say they own it. How and in Sudan, those Arab come from the Egyptian, the Turkish, the all that and mix together and they take over Sudan. And they say that Sudan is belong to them, therefore they don't need any black person over there, and then they push everybody to the south. But after all that, when there is a war, the war that let people come to north, we were safe. We were really safe. You don't hear the gun, you don't hear anything. The people who are affected the most is the South Sudanese from the beginning. Because that's the way the Muslim, the one eliminated from the first started all this kind of thing. I didn't witness that. My husband did. My husband, dad did. All of them, who until today they're still in Sudan, they witnessed that in South. And everybody who grew up in South, they know how bad that was. It was really bad. But then now the one is going on in North, that's the first time North Sudan see what they never see in the life before. They never see this kind of death, this kind of water that brought it to the city, to the center of Sudan. They never see that before. And it was bad. Because Sudan is not like Juba. There is a tree, there is a stuff you can run and no. There is not too much tree. Anybody can see you from far away. At least you're inside the house and then they will come house to house and kill people.
And that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, in Sudan, in Juba, there is a mountain. There is a lot of tree. You can run from here. You can escape. But in Khartoum, you can't escape it anywhere. You cannot escape. And they go from to the house. First, they started with leaving. They will find any South Sudanese in the road, take them back home, and leave the children behind. Imagine those children without the parents.
Do you think those children will then become soldiers, RF soldiers?
The grown-up one, they can. And the youngest one, maybe they will be dead with this thing that came from the house to house. This is the harem. What does that do? It broke our heart as the mother. It broke our heart. It doesn't allow us to breathe or sleep. How are you going to sleep with that child in your hand? How are you going to run without your child? That's the reason why, if I say we have a mental issue, we have a mental issue because of those kind of stuff. Because of this kind of broken heart. And then people will think that you're supposed to be strong and just move on with your life. They know that you lost your husband, you lost your children, you lost everything. And sometimes those kids, they don't have nobody to take care of them. But they were like, okay, it's going to be fine. How is going to be fine? One of the ladies that they lost like 3 children. They murdered them in the same day. I don't even know. She was coming from somewhere and she found those people, they already killed the kid. And she had to hide for herself just to survive. It's sad. What is going on in Sudan now is very bad. We have to bring it to light so the people can know what is going on. If we don't talk about it, nobody will know. The world is quiet. I don't see anybody talking about Sudan, about what is going on in Sudan at all. We have everything. We have a mineral, we have gold, we have all that. We do have all that.
I'm trying to figure out, honestly, where, like, what the shift, like, when the shift happened. Like, obviously, we got the date, April 2023, it started, but why did the South Sudanese forces decide to stop trying to order the RSF?
Okay, so before John Garang died, we went and vote. I did not vote, for separation because I don't feel like we're supposed to separate because John Garang is for peace. John Garang is, we need the fairness because we are Sudan, we're supposed to live like a family. So the new president now, he killed John Garang. That's the reality. The new president of South Sudan, they the one make that order and kill John Garang. So that he doesn't have to, he's supposed to become a vice president of Khartoum. Yeah, and they killed him before he get there. So those people in the South, they don't want them. They want the separation. They want to separate from us. But look at what the separation brings for us. A bad thing. And the people used to say, Omar al-Bashir is bad. Now guess what? The worst is here. This one here, I don't know even who is worse than Omar al-Bashir. It's worse. Omar al-Bashir kills children. Omar al-Bashir doesn't kill women. Omar al-Bashir fight man to man. They're going on in Khartoum. I never see it. Yes, there's people die in Juba when the war is there, but because those soldiers run to the place that have a civilian. And that's exactly how they affected a lot of people in South Sudan. But if it's not like that, it's never about civilian. They're fighting about political fighting. But the one now, I don't know, the genocide, who want to kill who, I have no idea. Now they're fighting in Al-Fashir. I think Al-Fashir and there is another place, Darfur. Al-Fashir and Darfur. And that's Darfurian, most of them, all of them black. They're black like us. They're black like us. And who is supporting all that? Egypt.
And I heard that also it was the UAE and Dubai.
UAE and Dubai and Egypt, all of them supporting all this nonsense.
Even the US.
And US too. They're supporting all that.
Even Israel.
Yeah. When they say that the world is a lot of people, like Bill Gates was saying, they want to eliminate people, we the one getting eliminated. If you guys don't know this, you guys have to coolly step up, read for yourself, and stand up for what is right. Always. Because now is what we the one we got destroyed. They don't need us in this earth
at all.
They want to eliminate all of us, including the children. Because if this war about the politics, why are you killing the children and the women? You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to fight soldier to soldier. We will understand the war. It's always like that. Whatever that problem you guys have. Nobody on anybody. God created all of us. You killing the womb that you come from, that womb. You hurting the womb that you coming, if you are president of you hurting the same womb that you are coming from. You are killing the womb that it make you happy. You are killing the womb that it making this world to be a better place. That womb, you guys breaking it and hurting it and over and over and over. This blood of South Sudanese and Sudan people in your hand. It's gonna go all the way to your children and your grandchildren. The karma is real. Those moms, the one they cry every night, they say the tear of the woman, they never go free. If you let the woman cry with her tears, that tear is so expensive. You should not let the woman share the tears. But in South Sudan, it's normal. It's very normal. You can cry every day. You can cry in the night. You can cry in the morning. There is no food to eat. There is no job. There is no medication. There is no clothing. There is no care. We do not have no life in Sudan. In South Sudan, we don't have no life. There's a reason why when we're here in America, we work so hard and we're helping people back home there. Not because we're stupid, because we know that without our help, a little bit that they have, some of them, they go without it. I'm telling you guys. Some of them, they go without it. Some of them, they don't have a parents anymore. There is no father, there is no mom, there is no uncle. All of them got killed. They don't have nobody to turn to. What are they turning to? To the street. In Juba, if you go to Juba right now, you will see those 7 years old, they go and dig and eat from leftover the food that they throw in the garbage. The kids that they don't have no parents anymore, they don't have anybody to care for them. The government even doesn't care about them. Even though the parents who fight, their dad died in the war, they don't care about those kids. Children like that, they're supposed to take care of them. They're supposed to put them in the place. They're supposed to enroll them in school because the parents or the dad died in the duty. But no, we don't have stuff like that, especially in South Sudan. We do not have stuff like that. Our children die just, it's not accountable. What do you think we're not going to be like? What do you think, how we're not going to be, how we're going to be normal in all this? How South Sudanese parents, they have to be normal. When you're running from stuff like that, even though you're far away from the war, but you still, your heart is still in there.
Even like a person like me, who we fled to the US whenever I was young, I haven't had that much experience living and growing up in Sudan that I can remember, but I almost have survivor's guilt because I see myself in everybody. So that's why I cry, and
Yep.
I'm empathetic because I feel like almost like, why me? Why do I get to survive and a younger child back home doesn't? Why do I get an education for free? Not even for free, but even just having the opportunity for education, while they cannot go to school and get any type of knowledge to help better themselves. It's a different perspective, but I still feel for everybody that is going through exactly what we're going through, and I feel like that's also why me and my mom came together to create this podcast, because we want to better our people. We want to better their mental health, because a lot of these things that they're doing is not mentally okay. It's not something that anyone should be doing in their lifetime. Ever. It is never okay. Not even killing man to man. We're not supposed to fight against flesh. So we really do hope that you guys really take in our podcast and truly share everything and get something from this, because there are kids that can't get anything.
Yeah, in the war, even you guys are family, always running to survive or running. If you're a mom, you have to grab your children. And I remember my husband, he used to tell me the story when you're running and your child is a crybaby. Sometimes you have to kill that child, because the people around you, they will try to kill you because the baby is making noise. Therefore, they're going to come and find you just because the child is crying. That's the true stories. Imagine for the parents, you have to put one child in the back, one in here, and if you have some of them, you have to grab them and running to make sure it is safe. So today I want to say, every South Sudanese or Sudan here in the United States, look back. Look back and ask yourself why you're here. Why you're not there to see what those kids that did not even get to grow up.
We have to take this matter very seriously. because we are the people, we are the South Sudanese people who have the opportunity. We are the ones with the opportunity out here. Every single one of us should not waste our lives because they're trying to kill all of us. Okay?
Yeah.
We need to create people who make change
In the world.
We can't continue to live our lives loosely because it's deeper than that.
It's very deep. So, our children who they grow up in the United States, my son and my daughters, you guys are growing up here. You guys can smile for a little bit. You guys can watch the TV a little bit. You guys can be in your phone for a little bit. If you got sick, they will take you in the hospital. You have to go to school. You're eating food every day. There is children over there, they go without it. Without school, without food, without education, without medication, without even good sleep. Without bed, without chair like that, the one who's sitting on it. Just going without it. That's the reason why I create this, because there is a lot of issues that we have to bring it to life. And I hope you guys can watch this and think about it and do your research and just share it.
Let everybody know. Everyone needs to have
Share
all
it.
eyes on Sudan.
Share it so the people, they will know what is going on in Sudan. The pain that is going in Sudan is not just in Sudan alone, it's South Sudan and North Sudan, and who is the victim is going to be our children and our mother, and just like the war against women, basically. Mostly.
And the thing is, they're doing this because they know that the women bring people into this world.
Yeah.
They want to stop every Sudanese person from becoming,
Anything.
coming in this world. You guys have to think about this. That's what genocide is. That's what's going on in Palestine as well.
They want to eliminate people from this world. Our skin, our blood is precious. We are so expensive in this world. That's why they're killing us. That killing, it did not happen one day. There is a lot of country behind that. And you guys have to Google it out. I need you guys to think about Sudan. Even though you're here, you're happy, you got education, everything, think about your country. It doesn't matter what happened, even though we're not here anymore. Your blood of Sudan is still running in your vein. You can change it, okay? You cannot change it. You cannot change who you are. And you're supposed to be proud because we are unique in different ways. Why people are fighting. Our president, they don't understand. They give them a little money, they will forget about everything. They will come and take your gold, they will come and take your oil, they will give you a gun to kill your own people, and you will be happy. Because why? Because you have a government in your hand to kill your own people. If the killing people is good, why you don't start it from your own home? If the killing is really good for you, you're happy about it, kill your own children and your wife before you go out there and kill somebody. Children and wife. If the fight is really good, kill your own family from the house to house before you go to the other person. If you like to kill, they say everything is supposed to start at home. Why you don't kill your own home, kill everybody at home and then go kill out there? Why are you killing people's children innocent? They don't know nothing about politics. They don't take your money. They're not in the politics. They're not in anything to do with the government. Why we're not educated? They give us a little money. We sell ourselves to another country to kill us. Like, why? How long are we going to be doing this? How long are we going to be doing this? If we did not fight like the way Black American fighting in America here, we are gone. When you guys are small, you cannot fight the whole neighbor country with a lot of people. They kill you guys so you can be a slave. You can be small, you cannot fight anybody. They're doing this so you can be in isolation. They can do nothing. You can be slave to other countries. I feel sorry. I am deeply sorry. It's very sad. Thank you guys for watching. Our video today is not a happy video because we're going through a lot with crisis that going back home, so forgive us, but we see the urgent to bring it to you guys. And we need you guys to share this video. Share it as to many people as you can, so it can reach to other people, so that they can put the light in Sudan. I think it's time for us to come together. And
Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Dear Heavenly Father, I come to you today with a heavy heart, asking you to keep your loving eyes on the people of Sudan, those enduring pain, loss, and fear right now in the midst of this humanitarian crisis. Lord, please lay your healing hands on every child crying for safety, every mother searching for her family, and every father fighting to protect what little remains. Touch the hearts of those who have lost their homes, their loved ones, and their hope. Give them courage, strength, and faith. Remind them, Lord, that even in chaos, you are still present. You are the God who brings peace out of suffering and light out of darkness. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.